It's April 22nd, 2026. 70 years ago today, my mom, my brother, and I left our little village, Rascada, Fagnano Alto, L'Aquila, Italia, and went to Naples, Porta Napoli in Naples, and boarded the Cristoforo Colombo and set sail to the United States of America. So we're going to go look at the fig trees because I uncovered them yesterday. But before doing that, let's listen to some church bells, which should start ringing pretty soon. To remember our 10-day trip, I like to sing the song Con te Partiro, which translates to time to say goodbye in English, but that's not a good translation at all. It was windy at the church, and it's even windier here, which will probably affect the sound. But that's okay, gotta make this video. So Con te Partiro translates to with you I will leave. I think it's very optimistic, and that's why I always sing it during these days when I remember our trip across the Atlantic Ocean. So the fig trees look great. And during the fall, I worked the soil from left to right. Then I planted the winter rye, and now I work the soil again, but from right to left. I was doing this the other day, and a friend stopped by and asked, why don't you get a tiller? And I tried explaining to him that, first of all, I'm not old enough for a tiller, and secondly, I think a tiller does not get as deep as a pitchfork. So here we see I'm working it. I put in some compost. I got a compost bin, and I put that in there for fertilizer, and now I'm just covering up the compost with the winter rye, and then in late May, when I put in the tomatoes, I'll work this again, and this time from right to left, and then plant in the tomatoes. Oh, and the grapes came from Chile the other day. Let's go check them out. I love springtime for many reasons. I remove some stems from the fermentation barrel every day, every morning and every evening, and I put them in one of these garden beds. Smell great. Wine grapes in the southern hemisphere, 2026, did not have a good year. I've read that they just rained too much. So I wasn't able to get the Carmenere grape, which I like from Chile. I had to settle for 8 cases of Sauvignon, Cabernet Sauvignon, and 4 cases of Merlot, and I'm going to blend them. I'm pressing them today. And for the 3rd year in a row, I was not able to get any grapes from South Africa. This is a Chicago Hardy, and I have never had any Breba crop. But I read on the Facebook group, Mass Figs, that there are people who do have them. Fortunately, I have this Figo Filacciano, and as I've posted many times in my videos, they have lots of Brebas, or what we call Fulacchi. For lunch, I'm having the last piece of pizza piena, or pizza piena, traditionally made during the springtime, during Easter. And this is the recipe from Abruzzo, and I'm going to post this one day on my channel. When the wood in the wine press, this wood here, gets to the level of the wood of the press, this wood right here, I stop pressing. And I leave, see it's still dripping, but I'm going to leave some juice in the skins. I'm going to remove the skins right now and take away all the stems, and I'm going to put all of the skins into the grappa still. I'm going to Fill it 3/4 way like I always do, and I'm going to fill it with water today. And I'm going to make a second wine or a false wine, and then I'll make grappa probably on Monday or Tuesday morning. A Mediterranean lunch or dinner always calls for green and fruit. And I'm going to enjoy that while I finish making this wine, grappa, get ready to make grappa. Now this arugula comes from the garden, usually mid to late April, and then in May. It's growing back from last year's plants. Io la chiamo la rugola pazza. It's bitter, it's spicy and nutty. Delicious. Spring is also a great time of the year to make tiramisu, and this smells great. All that cocoa and grated dark chocolate, wow. And as we say in Italian, più ne mandi giù e più ti tira su. The more you send down, the more it pulls you up. Early spring is when backyard chickens start to hatch more eggs. My brother has some in his backyard, so fresh eggs like this, in my opinion, make a big, big difference in tiramisu. Good espresso with crema, and I prefer to use the Pavesini cookies instead of the Savoiardi. Grapevines have been pruned, and they've bled a little bit, but that's okay, and I kind of really like this color. Now, as far as I know, they need 165 days of 65 degrees or higher in order to reach 11 or 12% alcohol. Wow, it's been 70 years, and what a life. Making grappa today, so lucky. I love singing the song Con te Partiro, time to say goodbye during this time, late April, because that marks our trip from Italy to the United States under Christopher Columbus across the Atlantic Ocean. So this song, I didn't know it before. I thought maybe it was a bad translation, but I was wrong. We have an expression in Italian, chi presto parla poco sa. The person who speaks quickly knows little. So I did a little research. In 1996, Sarah Brightman and Andrea Bocelli dedicated this song to Henry Mask because it was his final boxing match. He was an Olympic champ from Germany, and they dedicated this song to him. So let's just look at the verse here. Con te partirò. With you I will leave. Paesi che non ho mai veduto e vissuto con te. Countries, nations, villages that I have never seen or lived with you. Adesso sì li vivrò. Now, yes, I will live them. A great song. Thank you so much for watching, and happy grappa making. And I'll just want to repeat one more time. This grappa, I pressed the grapes on Thursday, I added water. Today is Tuesday, so it fermented into a false wine or a second wine. I really don't like to do it this way, but I have a friend who likes a little more alcohol, so I did it for him. I prefer to press the grapes and then the next day add hot water early in the morning and still it. Thanks for watching. Ciao ciao. Con te partirò.